Hey guys and gals, got another one for you today. Today I am in my Tier 9 Skoda, platooned up with Gilby in his Tier 9 Bat, and Hoops in his T30, and we're on Rezynai. We're on Team Destruction, and those are the two things I'm really going to talk about, not to mention the commentary on this game, which has a great ending. But mostly, we'll start with Team Destruction. My favorite variant. It's one team, kill the other team, no one left standing, and there's no caps that you have to worry about. And this is just kind of like whoever sticks with their team is usually going to win the game. Kind of. It's not always like that. But I'll start the game since it's going to take a little bit for us to drive down there, so I'll keep talking. Alright, so the southern team on Rezynai usually takes the castle. Now, when I'm on the south, I will try to get out to like H0 and counter them. Or essentially, if I don't have any help, I'll just get into like K6, K7-ish, getting those bushes and just get my binos up and spot when they come through the zero line. One of the things is a lot of times your castle will just sit up there and they'll get flanked and surrounded and then it's game over. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to get south, take the southern field from them, and then essentially surround them. Gilb spots a RU-251. Get my second shot in him. This has got a 3-shot autoloader, and the replay gun sights don't do this any justice, but I felt like I was aimed right on him in the third shot and I missed him, so maybe I hit the castle wall or something, I'm not sure. But I'm on reload. Gilb's pushed in pretty aggressively, got a heavy spotted. So I'm going to try to help him out. Ask him to get him spotted again for me.
Focus on this location.
Now, one thing, if they do have heavies in the south, once the mediums get down to the location that Gilby in this Object 432 are in, a lot of times they'll push over top of this ridge to try to eliminate the medium tanks. But since these guys aren't keeping stuff spotted that are in my render distance, I decided I'm just going to come down and give them a hand. And they don't have any tanks that are like coming over and attacking them, so I'm not really doing anything back there. I'm going to push forward. Now, one of the mistakes I think is made from the northern team is trying to push into the castle. Once you push up onto the side of the castle, then they can slowly pick you off from different angles and use the castle as cover from the field. Whereas if you just force them to stay up there and surround them, you only need like one tank to spot the castle, and then you can get crossfires going, and they'll essentially drive out until you pick them away, and then you can overpower one side and take the castle from them. Kind of what's going to happen here, but not really. Alright, so the M103 pulled out to kill Gilby. I shut him down. Our 432 sets the Wizard 120 on fire. Their RU takes our 1390. It's 2-2 right now. And I get a shell zipped over my head by this Wizard 111-14. Gilby hits the ammo rack of that Jagdtiger, and then I hit him a second time in his ammo rack, take all his health, get my second kill of the game. We're up 4-2. You can see they're starting to make a push out of the castle. I think they realize that they can't sit up there and snipe at our guys in the field, knowing that they have tanks coming in behind them, which is a good play by them. Normally that, I feel like the southern team will just hold up a defense in here and you can pick them off, whereas their heavy tanks decided to push out into the field. You'll see that they get chewed up pretty good. Now as I come here, I see a waffle, and the way that he approached, like he stopped and looked at me and then started to move over to catch me. I felt like he was loaded. So I didn't want to sit there and trade damage with him. Right as I come over here to help Gilby with the Wizard 111-14, Artie takes him from me. I only have 2 shells in my clip right now. So I'm going to make these count. I'm going to pin him down. And then I see some heavy tanks coming to help me, so I'm going to track him, retrack him there, and then drive right towards his gun. That way he's not going to be able to turn it and keep it on me. Now I'm expecting Artie to be ready to blast me here. 53-55, probably going to take my life, but I don't let Artie dictate my moves on the map. And I've come to accept that. I used to hate Artie and think it was like toxic to the game, but it's a part of the game. It's nice to have good Artie on your team when you're in sticky situations, and I know that's not going to be like what everybody wants to hear, but Artie's a part of the game. You just have to accept it. When you do, you'll enjoy this game a lot more. Alright, so unfortunately, we cleaned up the castle. We got the southern part of the castle, but we're losing field. Oops is like the only one left there. I think there's another tank up there with him, but the replay doesn't show radio comms very well. I'll hit Y so you can kind of see it. So they have 3 in the field and they have 3 in the castle. We have 2 in the field and 2 in the castle. Alright, so I know the Waffle's to my left here. But I'm going to try to get into the low ground and hopefully we'll take him out. And then our E5 kills the T-57 Heavy. And sure enough, spot the Waffle E100. And there's a rock in the way, so neither of us can hit each other here. Get a shot into him. He hits my rear deck there. I get my second shot. Now I'm reloading. I'm going to hide right here. Hoops is getting enveloped from the field. The 2 heavies are surrounding him. My E5 takes down their Waffle, and now we have an E5 right here. I have 560 hit points, so I know I can take a shot from him, and I can deal 3 shells into the side of him. He shoots the E5, so I'm going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to try to get out to his side. I'm going to wait till I get to his side to make sure that I can pen him, and unfortunately, my first shell, I go over a little bump and shoot his turret instead of his side. And now there's an E75 and FE215B in the field. The FE215B is full health, and the E75 is a potential one-shot. So I'm a one-shot for both of them. I need to be careful and support my heavy tanks, but my 50 TP is a one-shot as well. So he's going to stick by the E5, and the E5 is actually pretty healthy. So the 3v2 coming down to the wire. And now I spot the FE215B, or they do. He's on the map anyways. And then when I first poked, he was looking at me. So now I just want to make sure that he's looking at my E5. Get my third shot in, and he snaps me up. So I leave my E5 all alone against 2 heavies. He lights the E5 up, fixes his ammo rack. E75's closing in on him. Bounces his shell, and this is not good. But then the FE215B also bounces his shell. Finally, he gets a shot into the engine deck, but the E75 slams one into his. He's down to 103 hit points. He just needs to hit this guy one more time, and he locks it down with the kill. Shoots him in the side. Little action pack at the end. 1 man standing. That's a fun game to commentate. Let's get to end game stats here. This is a first class badge, did 4,500 with 1,200 assisted and 3 kills. Took top dog. E5 took second with 4,305 kills. I honestly am curious on what he did at the beginning of the game, because he pretty much killed a T57 heavy, a Waffle E100, an E5, FV2 and 5B, and a E75, and those were the last 5 tanks standing. So he was full health when I caught up to him against the T57 heavy, and he ended up with 4,300 damage. So I imagine he probably didn't do much till the end, but that's okay. It's a good thing he saved all his hit points, because he needed every one of them. Oops did 3,500 damage. He went down swinging, and unfortunately Gilbs got deleted by Artie too early in the game. Only ended up getting 700. Their team, their Conqueror, pulled down 5K with 3 kills. Their FE did 4,300 with 3 kills. And then their E75 did 2,700 with 2 kills. 121 also had 2,500. Man, they had a lot of contributors. And that's why I came down to the wire in the end. So that game shifted back and forth. And those are the best games to play, in my opinion. Come down to the wire. As long as I'm not the one that makes the mistakes and loses the game. Alright, I'll quit babbling. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you in the next video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.